Let's see. In this video, we're going to cover how to receive when you don't have scanners or you don't use scanners. And that could be at a warehouse that is not set up with scanners, or it could be at stores, at the actually not at the warehouse, but at the actual branch stores. So a vendor might be delivering directly to the branch stores where they don't use scanners. So we're gonna make this, let's see. So I've previously set up a purchase order, and we're pretending now that we're the branch store in the shipping department and the vendor is delivering the merchandise. So we're going to go to create receiver, which is screen I-100. And we're going to enter the purchase order number. And when I do that, you can see it fills out the vendor, the date it was ordered, expected delivery date, if there was a previous receipt of this purchase order, and today's date that we're receiving the merchandise. And you can change this date if you're doing this, if it was received yesterday and you were going to enter it today. Over here, and it's probably important that you do this if you're not using scanners, is you want to print a worksheet. And so you're going to see once I click OK Save, it's going to show me, it's going to allow me to print that worksheet, and I'm going to show it to you here. On that purchase order, we have 2 items, 6 of this love seat and 12 of this sofa. And so what this worksheet does, it allows you to manually, enter the quantities that you are receiving here. And as you put things away, if you're going to put them in different bins down here, you've got some spots where you can put the bin number and the quantity in that bin, another bin number, the quantity you put in that bin, and so on. That way, if someone has to do any kind of manual transfers to get them to that bin, they've got this worksheet to do it from. Okay, and again, all this depends on the processes and procedures within your company, how you do this. So now that you've seen that, if we keep going, you can see once I click the OK Save, it says the receipt lines were created. And now this receipt number is 7194100, and that's the purchase order number 00. If there were a second delivery on the same purchase order, the next receipt would be the purchase order number 01. Okay? I'm going to click there, and now it's showing you where these, I'm sorry, it's showing you the quantities of each of the SKUs that you're receiving. And here you're going to enter, first you're going to let it know where you're going to put these. So we've got, if you click up here, you're going to get the list of doors that they receive to that are set up for this store, so where they receive, or you'll be able to go ahead and enter. So right here at this store, they receive to 1 bin only. And so you can either click here, it'll put that in here, or if you wanted to put it in a different bin, right at the time of receipt, you can type in whatever bin you want up here. This is the designated receiving bin. So I am going to enter, and you can see that it fills that in here. And now I'm going to tell the system how many pieces I'm receiving there. And let's say I'm going to receive the entire order here. So we're getting 6 of those and 12 of these. And again, you can see the bins here, that default bin where we're receiving them to. You can click on this more if you want to space these out and add additional bins to receive these to. All right, the last thing we're going to do now to complete receiving these is click here on Post Receipt. And it's going to ask me if I want to save the changes. I'm going to say yes. It is going through the posting process right now. And in just a second, we've got that it's been posted on 10/8/2021. If you have a label printer at that store, that location, you would print labels. Obviously, if this is a warehouse, you're going to want to do this. The warehouses usually all have the label printer. If you have it at your store, you can go ahead and print the labels and stick it on the pieces. There's one more thing I want to show you here. You can print the receipt here, and here's going to show you what you have received and piece ID numbers. I'm sorry, piece ID numbers that were assigned to that receipt, to each piece on the order, I should say. And so you have a place for somebody to sign it as a checker and whoever the receiver was. And again, depending on how your company operates, you'll probably turn these into the office and then it'll go to the proper people so they can go ahead and make entries. Now, as I mentioned, we put everything in this one bin, in that default bin. Once they're there, the way to move things to other bins is going to be to do a within store transfer and move things around. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here, and I'm not going to print the labels, and let's say that I did print labels. I want to show you one thing. You're done, basically, right here. Everything's been done already. To print the labels, you could go ahead and print them, and then I'm not going to do that. And then it's going to take you to a next screen as if you were at the warehouse where it would show you the cross-dock button. You are not going to want to do that. You're just going to want to escape at that point, being that you're at a branch store. You've already received your items to your store and it's been posted. You just need to turn in the paperwork now so the office can consolidate everything. And that's how we receive without scanners.